Very good morning and welcome to The Voices coming to you live on Politics and Business TV, right here from the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Medina Azaki. Now, today we're going to be discussing failure and the art of mastering it. I don't know how we got to the point of celebrating failure, but we're finding out on this program how Nigerians, got to the art or developed the art of celebrating failure. I have in the house my usual crew. I have Mr. CK Chidi. The only Gen Z father in the house is also a village chief.
I don't combine the two. I can't be. You can't combine black. You see, and the topic we're talking about today, you're already spoiling it.
Am I spoiling it? I'm saying the obvious now.
What is obvious about the village chief and Gen Z?
Yes, you are a Gen Z and a village chief, so there's a combination here. So that's why we are celebrating all together.
When you mix it, what will you now produce?
To produce failure.
It's not true. I'm not a failure. I'll never be.
No, of course you will not be a failure.
No, I'm not.
Of course. And Madam Felicia, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see everybody. Yeah, so welcome to another bright day, another day in Nigeria. Hemisphere. Yes. Is that what we call it?
Yes.
Nigeria hemisphere. Yes. Southeast, northwest.
Southern, northern, eastern hemisphere.
So we're back. Now, before we go into our discussion, I want to play a video where somebody is talking sense into our coconut heads. So let's watch this video and then our discussion, we'll start from there. So let's have the video if it's ready.
If you argue, I will still tell you the truth that pastors fear to preach. Nigeria is not just suffering because of corrupt leaders. Nigeria is also suffering because citizens have mastered the art of celebrating failure. Yes, I said it. In this country, when somebody fails woefully, we clap for them like they passed WAEC with distinction. A leader destroys education, we give him an honorary doctorate. Chai! What kind of spiritual backwardness is this? A man ruins his state, we give him chieftaincy title. A politician empties the treasury, we invite him as special guest of honor. A leader destroys education, we give him an honorary doctorate. Chai! What kind of spiritual backwardness is this? Tell me why a nation will develop when failure is rewarded and excellence is punished. Some of you shouting online, we still vote for the same people because they share 2,000 naira and small rice. You eat the rice today, tomorrow the same bad roads will scatter your car. The same leaders you defend will enter convoy and splash muddy water on you while you trek. What kind of suffering do you enjoy like this? And let me talk to the youths. Yes, you mock intellectuals, you insult professionals, you abuse people who speak good English. But you idolize politicians whose grammar is fighting for destiny. You defend leaders who cannot operate email. You clap for people who cannot debate, cannot explain policy, cannot understand economy. Let me ask a simple question. How can a nation rise when its citizens prefer packaging over competence? In Nigeria, a man with ideas is proud. A man with vision is a too known. A man who asks questions is troublesome. But a man who steals money is a honorable. My people, this is madness. We cannot continue like this. A country that celebrates mediocrity will always produce mediocre results. A nation that shouts, leave him, God will judge, every time a thief is caught, will never progress. And let me shock you, some Nigerians don't want change. They want a better oppressor. They don't want good leadership. They want their own thief to enter office. They don't want justice. They want their tribe to win. Is that how nations develop? Is that how Singapore became what it is? Is that how Rwanda became clean? Is that how UAE became paradise? No. Nigeria is not moving forward because we treat leadership like tribal competition instead of national responsibility. Listen closely. Until Nigerians stop calling thieves my brother, until we stop protecting wickedness because of tribe, until we stop celebrating failure and insulting competence, Nigeria will keep rotating in the same circle, inside the same stagnation, eating the same suffering year after year. My people, if the citizens do not change, the leaders will not change. And if the people keep celebrating failure, the nation will remain a failure. Whether you like this sermon or not, it is the truth.
All right. So whether you like the sermon or not, it is the truth. And nothing but the truth. Even though that truth is also questionable. I'm sure the people who are listening to him, even though it's an AI, let's believe that it's a live scenario. I'm sure the people who are listening to him are saying, aren't you also a product of the failure, because you are wearing a designer suit, they calculate your shoes,
The church hall.
and they put all of that into what do you call it, naira and kobo.
Tithe and offering.
No, let's even forget the tithe and offering.
I'm talking about in respect to that.
Yes, no, I'm only saying that physically, when they calculate everything that he's wearing, it's almost 1 million or 2 million. Then they now come to the church offering, where the bad guys are there, the good guys are there, and everybody is giving. The bad guys give higher. And maybe they'll be on the front row. The same leaders that he said it's a failure are the ones that are sitting here to hear the message. But the thing is, people say, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. But that's
another discussion altogether.
That phrase itself, it's very wrong, because the messenger is the one who brings the message. So I will start my analysis from the messenger himself before I even begin to listen to his message.
Because whatever you are and whatever you give is connected. You cannot give what you don't have. Now, if we were to go back to this issue, looking at it straightly, like this is one of the, like you said, the raw truth that you can never tell, even though the truth is a mirage.
Yeah.
However, we must speak the truth, to at least to a large extent. And preachers like this, don't attract good membership. Because of course you are striking the chords, you're striking the notes. You understand? Now, but I want to go to why we celebrate failure. It can be traced to history.
Okay. So today we're going memory down lane.
Yes.
History down lane.
Yes. Let me use the story of Esau and Jacob. The black man is wired to appreciate tangibles and not intangibles. And you can trace it down to Esau and Jacob. And for those who know the Bible, of course, Esau was described to be the black man, the man hairy, dark skin, skillful, outdoor. Jacob indoor. How come a hunter could not prepare porridge jam? The porridge jam there symbolizes technology. So he was there to tutor by his mentorship. The white man believes in mentorship. The mother mentored Jacob, and he was able to prepare porridge jam over a hunter who is supposed to know how to prepare. And he got the blessings of the father. Trick, supplanter. He tricked. Said, okay, give me your birthright and take the porridge. Is that what we are doing in Africa today? Because birthright is not sin, but it's dangerous. And today we exchange our birthright. So we keep borrowing from IMF, borrowing from this, and they keep producing what we keep consuming. Meanwhile, we are the skillful ones. I saw a picture, France national team. They wrote Europeans, and all the players are blacks. And they now showed Algeria national team. They wrote Africans, and all the players are whites. So it's actually black. So blackism is a mindset now in today's context, not a color.
Now I'm bringing you back to tangibles.
No, the tangibles now. Yeah. The black man appreciates tangibles he can grab.
At the moment.
Not even what he can even feel. So the black man, when you tell him honesty is invisible, but it's valuable. Can't see it. Invisible, but very valuable. So he doesn't appreciate it. So a good name, we help.
Nobody.
So when you're telling somebody that you know good name is better than money, why me? What are you saying? Because he doesn't appreciate, he appreciates tangibles, what he can grab. So that is the history. You must understand why black people are wired that way. We go to black America, you go to American, you go to US, the big cars, the gold chain, the people who design this Rolls Royce don't drive it.
Yes, they don't.
We have more Rolls Royce in Nigeria, in Lagos, Lagos Island. We have more Rolls Royce than any African country.
Of course.
Those days when you see a Rolls Royce car, it's very scary. You want to be one first class cheap. Now, let's go to Lagos Island.
Yahoo Plus.
Everybody's driving the Rolls Royce. So if you see the black man, when he hits money, the first thing he goes for is so that tangible. So that is why today I have a cousin that was getting married. My very close cousin. And I put up a phone call. I called the sound engineer. I called someone, I called DJ, I called somebody with LED screen. I used my influence as an entertainer to assist him with product worth over 2 million, free of charge.
To help do the wedding.
To help do the wedding, make the wedding class. I also brought 2 professional MCs free of charge. Guess what? After the wedding, he took his wife to go and thank the person that gave me 50,000, 100,000, 200,000.
She didn't come to thank you. Because
in fact, he took the microphone and was thanking the man that gave him 200,000 cash. I never thanked me.
Imagine. Putting all of that together.
I want to
because
thank,
it's not tangible.
I want to thank you for Because, you know, when I came, you blessed me. When I needed money, you gave me 200,000, and I gave him over 2 million naira services, intangible. So he didn't see it.
And he can't appreciate it.
Because so when you understand the nature of a black man in this regard, you stop getting yourself disturbed. So we appreciate the tangibles and not the intangibles. So this is traceable. So that is why you see today, nobody, you know, a man with bad name, even the women, even the society make it worse. The girls will not follow you when you don't have the money.
So even no matter how good looking you are, how hardworking you are.
You heard him now, speaking English.
Speaking English. All na English.
I went in with my NYC and I met you know, there's a group called Dexterity Interactive. Then they were the first to do this digital design billboard, started this billboard design in Abuja. Those guys that did those things during the time of Aerofire, we grew up together like this. And when I got into they come and see their duplex in Asokoro, although they've splitted now.
They have all gone their way.
Yes. And I came with my NYC, they laughed at me. You see, they were laughing at me. Copper. Don't go suffer, go read book. At that time, they were collecting contracts for 50 million naira. I'm talking of 1999, 2000. And I just came out, I was a copper. Well,
with your 2,000 naira.
So
probably you even trek to their house, no transport.
Or enter along.
No, if you enter along, it's even better. At least you have transport.
Why are you making it worse now?
No, you know, trekking is part of NYC.
You go to marry in the part of the country where I come from. The first question your mother-in-law is to be will ask you,
what do you do?
What do you do?
No, but that's a legitimate question, isn't it?
No.
So that she's sure that her daughter is not marrying an armed robber.
No, the first question, they don't even want to know your character.
So you think they should start asking your character first?
Why? At the end of the day,
you have 5 girls who will soon start getting married.
At the end of
what criteria would you
I prayed for my daughters to marry a man who has sense like me.
That's what I'm saying. You don't understand what you didn't even allow me to learn. When your in-laws supposed start coming,
yes,
what will be the question that you'll be asking them?
Okay.
I want to come and marry your daughter, Mr. Ken.
By what? Are you my daughter? Let me tell you one thing you must understand, that this generation, the parents of now are building structures for their children now. It's not like our own time.
What do you mean by building structures for their children?
Everybody is now, during my own time, we don't have this. The easiest investment is property. As I'm sitting there, I know I inherited 1 or 2. I know that I have, even though it has not entered my mind, but I know.
That it will come.
Yes, because I'm saying it, I know. My mom is 81. She's already telling me, now you get this one, you get this one.
But until I go.
Because of the Igbo culture.
Yeah.
You can't take it until she goes.
Okay.
But I'm seeing it, I know. I already find all of us already know which one belongs to. Like verbally. Now, this generation, parents of now, including you, everybody here, we are building structures for our children. Some 6-4 houses.
I'm not part of it.
Well,
I'm not going to be part
from the part of the country where I belong, where I come from, it's like when you give, especially the first son, people when you have a male child, everybody doesn't want this. Let my pikin no suffer waiting. I suffer. That is the in thing today. I went to local primary school. The best government, how many people take their children to go to all these private schools that they pay 1 point something? Private school. So everybody is trying to give their child in the name of the best. Meanwhile, the sense you have today, it was a combination of enjoyment and suffering.
Yeah. Street life.
Yes, it's a combination of both. And that's why when you see these kids that are, well, you know.
But is that not where this failure even starts from? When you begin to build structures, you begin to build castles in the air. There are people whose parents built fantastic houses for them while we are growing up. Today, those houses are abandoned, overgrown, because destiny changed. They travel out of the country. They don't even want anything that will connect them with their motherland. They are doing somewhere else, maybe because of marriage or migration or japa or whatever. The houses are abandoned. Even the ones that are here, we look at those houses and say, this house in this local place, what am I even going to do with it? Maybe he has his own money. He worked for his own money and decided to leave that house. So if we had used that money as the parents who said they are building structures for their children. Because maybe when they built those houses, that community was not local. It was a gendered, neighborhood as of then. But because of times and all of that, that community became a ghetto. And because of that, the child who grew up felt, I can't go and live in a ghetto place. And how much is the value of even the house? So he decided not to even bother with the house, maybe allow it for some people to stay or allow it to be abandoned. So are we not making the same mistake rather than investing in knowledge and in our communities? Because there's somebody who I look up to who said, look, I have all my houses, I give it out. Before I will die, I give it. I have only one house. And I told my kids that this is a meeting point. So that wherever you guys are coming from, this is a meeting point. But if you decide not to do it, I'm going to donate it to the community as a community hall where community can come and do their meetings or whatever they want to do. So I am leaving you only this house. If you don't want to stay, my wish is that if people will not converge, during festive period or whatever period, this house should be donated to the community. Is that not what the kind of structure we should be building?
In fact, that is what we should be building. Because as we were talking, I was just remembering my father telling us recently that the worst thing a child will do to himself is to foolishly wait for the inheritances of the father. So you are just waiting, praying for your father to die. Then you inherit what he has. Is to foolishly wait for the inheritances of the father. So you are just waiting, praying for your father to die. Then you inherit what he has. So you know what he has started doing? Selling one after the other what he has. Because he has noticed that if he dies, one person may kill the other person. He's afraid. There's danger. So he's enjoying his polygamist? No. Only one wife.
The Holy Book encourages the Holy Book encourages hereditary too. You said the godly father leaves good inheritance for his children.
But this failure that we are talking about, the failure that we are talking about is that we are amassing wealth.
Yes,
for people who don't even need it.
Stealing government money.
They don't even deserve it.
No, do you know the dangers of, let me hit it from the angle she's coming from. Anybody who is not part of a process cannot maintain that process.
Because you don't know how the person suffers.
No. The river that does not know the source of its flow will surely dry up. It will surely dry up. You're amassing wealth and structure for a child who doesn't have sense. It's not part of the process. And that's why we see them selling houses to buy drugs. And we are dealing with a generation, you must understand the dynamics of times and seasons. Look, we keep mouthing a lot of things without being curious to study.
Yes.
Okay, why do they call people Gen Z? Have you wondered why?
No.
What Gen Z means, and we have gotten to the peak of it.
Okay.
Alphabetically Z. We're Gen Alpha. We started.
So nobody is coming now.
We started modernization. Nobody. From Gen Z is endless now. You want the Gen Z plus Z like that. And now we are in a generation where this generation is very selfish and entitled.
Yeah, selfish and entitled.
So you give your daughter something and say, oh, "Mommy, I don't want this." Have you seen your children talking? What you can't tell your parent. My daughter, I was playing, yesterday was my wife's birthday, and I was playing a particular song. My 3-year-old daughter that told me that I don't want this song. 3 years old and 2 months.
That you can slap.
I can slap. And took my phone by herself and went to my phone and played the one she wanted and started shaking her waist. Sense of independence and ownership at that age. You put up a television movie, you see a child sing when a man and a woman is cuddling, and she's laughing, she's enjoying it.
She's enjoying it. We'll come to those kind of attitudes.
Now,
let me even shock you about this, gathering money for people.
Gathering money
for children and destroying the country and the economy. A man died, and the religious leader in that community called all of them and said, look, your father owes somebody 120 million. So how would you people pay the man back? And the man is here. And because all of them have gotten their inheritance, everybody refused. Everybody said, no, that's his problem. Now, why didn't he pay his debt before he died? I'm not going to give anything out of my money. So he got to ask him, until he got to the last one. The last one said, okay, my inheritance is 10 million and my father is owing 120. So I'm ready to give the man the 110, million. Let him forgive me for the remaining 10 because I can't afford it. But I'm willing to give my own to pay my father's debt. Do you know what the man said? The man who owes the father the money looked at the child and said, you are the blessed child. You are the most responsible child. In fact, I don't even want that money. I'm going to double it, for you.
Interesting.
I'm not going to collect it, but I'm going to double it. It means you really loved your father genuinely for you to say you are giving it up. You're giving it up, and you're even pleading.
Your father.
And you're even pleading with me that the extra 10 you don't have, I should just try and forgive. And if I don't want to forgive, over the years you'll try and pay back. But so these are the kind of children that we're building structures for. The children who don't respect your memory. No, another one died.
You are going. Let's go culturally now.
Let me even go to the last one. Culturally. Let me even go to the last one. The last one, the man had an accident and he died. And they brought his corpse with the blood into his sitting room. The wife said, no. They're not going to put him down here because his blood is going to stain my rug, his own house.
Imagine. The rug he bought.
Yes, his own house or his own house, his own rug, his own sitting room. That they should take him to the security post, to the security house.
And bury him here.
No. Just for them to, they have to do the final rite, clean him home, bath him before they take him. And this is a Muslim. He said, no, you don't put him into my part. You don't keep him here because the blood will stain my rug. So it's a lesson. While you are stealing money and destroying people's life, when they say the end, justify the means. This is where the end is. And this is the means, how the means is being justified. So when we are celebrating failure, especially at leadership level, while we celebrate people, oh, he's a big guy. My neighbor is a very big guy. He can do this, he can do that. Meanwhile, the road that leads to your estate or to your house or to your office is not that. It's very bad. The drainage, once it rains, you are in trouble and you celebrate that failure. And then the failure has a ripple effect on your lives as a people. So when people like that begin to tell us, stop celebrating failure, and we refuse to listen until it now happened to us.
Why we celebrate failure once again, and I'm going to take you through the cultural aspect of it, psychological aspect of it. The psychological aspect of it is that, first and foremost,
but before you go into that, at what point did we master the art of celebrating this failure?
At the point when we begin to embrace the ills of modernism.
Ills of modernism.
And again, at the time,
ills of modernism and not just modernism. We have left modernism a long time ago. Modernism died in 1999. We are now in post-modernism, where we see beauty in ugliness. So now everybody is now being judged by what you have now. A man was talking to a billionaire and said, there's a proverb even in Yoruba land also. They said, when you cannot go in front of Otedola and say, I have ideas.
Which idea do you have?
Which idea do you have? The end product of idea is looking at
you. The end product.
The end product of an idea is looking at you.
Or you go to Dangote
and say, I have ideas.
Business idea.
You have business idea. No, he will even ask you, what is it? Those guys are very humble.
Some of them.
They're very, very humble.
Some of them.
They're very
of course, humility attracts riches. Humility attracts riches. That's the truth. Now,
sorry, I just want to chip in
something
before I forget what I want to say. You ask, how did we get in here, where we are now? For me, it's when we started selling our consciences to our leaders of whatever level or the religion they come from or they are practicing. Because if you sell your conscience, you have your conscience, a functioning one. By the time you begin to sell it out, you allow the leaders.
Do we have non-functional conscience?
Yes, you may have a conscience that is not. You may have a conscience that is not.
May your loyalty not be tested.
May your loyalty not be tested.
Even as a married woman. Do you know why some men don't feel comfortable when a particular man is around their wives? You may not know.
Tell me.
Okay, that will be another. This one, I'll tell her that to pay money for this one. I'll say,
I will not pay you.
You will continue this. Let me tell you why. You see, there's a proverb in my place that.
No, please land on that topic. While some men don't feel
That's why I'm
using
the proverb.
Okay, that's why I called you a village chief, because you have so many proverbs in that your big head.
They say the
Meaning?
The killer of the cutlass is scared of the cutlass when the cutlass passes through his back. He who kills with the cutlass is even more scared than the cutlass. That means a smart person cannot stand where another smart person is. That is why the white man said opposite traits, what? Attracts. Same traits can't attract. If you bring your type, I'm working on a book, nobody's proud of himself.
Okay.
Nobody's attracted. If you bring your kind, that will be another topic already, and put it in the same, you keep fighting. But you attract.
I bring a D.
You bring a D and a D. Boza. We will have a D mixed with an S. They can be blend. So opposite to that. So when a man sees man sees another guy man that has, I know, for example, I know it will take me 1 week to get a lady to myself. And I see a guy who has the propensity and ability to also get a lady in 3 days to himself. Around my wife. He knows what I know. He's a bit talk as a bit talk. He's a bit smart as a bit smart. He's intelligent. He's
a bit look as I look.
You understand me?
He's a bit talk as I talk.
You can't deny my wife. You may not know why the man is telling you, Elizabeth, be careful. You may not know why the man is. The man knows that you cannot withstand that man in 1 week.
You fall flat.
You will fall. Well, like I told you, there are 3 things the man will attack: the head, the neck, and the other one. The
other one will flow.
Automatically. Once these 2 is conquered, forget it. Especially this one. Because this is where principles.
Lie.
They are going
discipline.
Back to that
That's this one. Once they capture this, and you're finished. And it's easier when a man has the money to capture this, because this one, the money, this one can fall easily to money and gifts. Easily. That's why you must stand. So when a man sees another man close to his wife, as a man you will see, okay, this one is, what language am I going to? This one is Nigerian. What we call, this one is not a smart man. The man can feel comfortable. Even when you're introducing, darling, this is my colleague in the office. So how are you? You will greet and go. He's not scared. But there's a one that you will see. When he sees the designers, the looks, and he knows what is your own. Every man that is marrying you or with your friend knows your price. He knows. He might not want to tell you. And he sees that this one has what it takes in terms of everything to get you to himself in 1 week. The man will warn you. I don't want to see you with that man again. What are you doing with that man? Okay, what are you doing here? You don't have a job? When you see a man reacting like that,
you don't have where to go to.
Nowhere to go to? Can you not busy at home? Can you go inside and do? When you see husband or whatever, your man friend or whatever behaving like that, not because of it, he has seen what you have not seen. He knows that man knows what he knows. They are of the same level in terms of everything, kind of person. And he knows, allowing you being around that man, you are going to collapse.
Okay.
And then we'll bring it back now to the cultural issue where we now celebrate failure. If you are giving 10 billion today, what will happen? Those days we give chieftaincy title to men of noble character. Do we do it now?
No.
Not at all.
You can buy chieftaincy. In fact, we have a commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs. Is that also?
Yes.
So why do we? Is it something that's supposed to have an office?
No.
No, because these are cultural things that is you are just strictly.
So you'll be coordinating the sale.
They buy. So if you want to become a chieftaincy title holder, you can't buy, regardless of your character.
They'll concoct one title for you.
And look at yours or one buruburu.
Buruburu.
And give to you one.
And you call all your friends
and your character is questionable. Nobody cares. That is why anything a big man does is adjudged to be pure. I've seen a big man who can talk from morning to the next morning, and nobody who dare tells me you talk too much.
The Alpha and Omega.
You can't tell him, because subconsciously, unconsciously, especially in a community like this when poverty has been weaponized. That's why I say may your loyalty not be tested, because you don't know the decision you can take in front of 200 million naira. So sometimes don't blame these people when you see some government agencies or SAs coming to TV to praise a particular leader. They condemned. We've seen
many years ago.
We have seen. I don't want to call them.
No, there are many there.
With like the likes of the O and
the D and all of that.
The B. I don't want to. If you put the rest, now you know.
Now you know.
You see, because
But I never seen worse than the O and the B.
Than the B.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you see, make your loyalty not be tested. 1 billion naira, and you are the one condemning a particular leader, president, you are likely going to change your mouth. So you start praising a man who you know is rotten.
But you know the okay, you want to say something else?
Just when you are bringing it down to the traditional level of the whole thing, how people celebrate failure. Just last night we got talking, and a man that I know very well, I won't mention his name, he may be listening or watching us. There's a road getting to my village that it's a contract. The money has been given, but we were shocked to hear that just last night that money was diverted for their selfish interest, leaving the villagers that's the only road they have access to go to the various village markets that they go to on Wednesdays and Fridays. That money has been diverted. So it really pained me. I said, look at, and the people involved in this, there are people that, you know, the villagers highly respect, that don't even expect they will do such a thing.
That man will be giving chief taxes very soon.
In fact, I prayed yesterday, I said, may their consciences, if they have functional consciences, may they be judged by God.
When you talk about the functional conscience, you know, when you keep talking about that functional, I begin to wonder which one is not functional. But I want to understand that conscience is where spirit speaks to you. That is where the spirit resides in your body. It's a sacred place, and it functions within your neuroses and your mind. When the spirit, is still small voice will talk to you and say, of course, except you don't have it. And that is where narcissism comes. Since you don't have it, because it will speak to you, and your quiet place will tell you that you know the way you spoke to that person is wrong. Do you know this decision you took is wrong? It is in every human being, except you.
So, but we take it to the question: how do we now get good leaders when we now celebrate failure? Because all of us want a good leader. We want a leader that will come and turn the fortunes around, that will give us what we want, the development that we want. And here we are. When people came up with stomach infrastructure, I think they did their study very well. And look at us that our longer throat ends with a cup of rice.
The stomach directs the leg now.
And some small
the stomach tells the leg where
and
to
spaghetti
go
or a sachet of Indomie or a sachet of milk and all of that. So how do we now, because I'm sure what that pastor preaches, what many before him have been doing it. Yet the people even in that congregation themselves will be like, I beg, just when you finish speaking your English, we can all go back to our, you know, our different ways. But you also raised the question that even the hall, and then I said the clothes and everything, they will say he too has been celebrating the failure. So why is he now talking about it? So how do we get leaders when we celebrate failure?
It's simple. At the time in this country, we saw a presidential aspirant that did not give anybody 1 naira. And people rooted for him.
Yes, Muhammadu Buhari.
Even an aspirant that lost, even Peter B did the same thing. No one, no shishi. He was first president to know shishi. I know they give shishi. And people were bringing their money to sponsor him. Muhammadu Buhari did the same thing too.
In fact, he had 10 million followers since 2003. Without a kobo.
Without a kobo.
Loyal followers.
Now, what does that tell? That it is doable. That's why the statement of a leader
and his character
speaks volume.
In fact, the character speaks more volume.
Just imagine President Bola Ahmed Tinubu coming out on national TV to say, fellow Nigerians, having looked at the whole situation in the country, I hereby take also decision. 1, all the private jets sold. No minister should go with more than 1 vehicle. A driver.
Policy statement.
From today, everybody, if you know you've stolen money 10 years from now, you better start returning it before the EFCC will come for you. Muhammad Buhari made one statement. I am for everybody, and I'm from what?
No, nobody.
Nigeria recovered over 500 billion just within 8 hours. People were going to say, I beg, okay.
No best idea. I take this one.
Hey, hold on before you come.
Before you come.
But somewhere along the line, I don't know what happened, what they did, but I believe something happened. That because
many things happen that we will find out later on.
Yes, we don't do what I do. It's not helping matters. Even as a child, the child watches you. When I raise my voice at home, because I have a very loud voice, the first thing my wife reminds me is that your daughter is hearing it. Even though I want to be the man to muzzle it, the next thing I will do, I'll go and shut the windows, lock the door, because I can't control the loud voice. So that my voice will be
louder.
So I would have, then when I come out, so was the day I was shouting my daughter, I came on my daughter, the way my daughter looked at me, I knew I've messed up. So what I did was that during the night prayer, I called all of them and said, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I raised my voice on mommy, and I know some of you here, they don't pretend. However, it's not good. For a man
I'm not supposed to
I'm
do
not
that.
supposed to do that because I always told you something that the day I read that, the day I stumbled into that word, the act of being deliberate. So you can deliberately do the right thing.
If you want to.
If you want, it's not about suppressing your conscience. Narcissism has kept us where we are today from the days of Adam and Eve. Adam said, it is the woman you gave to me. He didn't take responsibility. Deliberately say sorry. Deliberately say, okay, no verse, I think I'm wrong here. So that the world can move forward. Because that is where they have kept us in the world. And that's why we don't have leaders with character in Nigeria today. You will see a leader telling me that this government has given us enough electricity. And they ask him how. A former deputy governor of Kogi State, that after all, everybody is buying solar now, so government has done well.
Oh, people buying solar with their own money.
I heard the interview. I was not told, I heard it, I listened to it. So that kind of person tomorrow will be elected as or given a political appointment as a minister. Have we not seen the national honors being given to one? There's one man that was allegedly involved in the financial, I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's a foreigner.
Yes.
And they are giving him, is it GCN?
Yeah, GCO.
Can you imagine Grand Commander of the Niger? And you begin to wonder, what would you not tell Yahoo boy?
That he too also deserve the GCO.
Somebody who allegedly...
But I want to...
Then the last one is, how do we get it? The second way we can get this thing done. Sorry, I'm taking because this is my area that I love to talk about. The clergymen. That was why that video was deliberately done with the pastor. The image of a pastor. Because the power the clergymen have in this country is so powerful. You can't become the president.
Some people said they are the ones who have even contributed to the corruption itself.
The clergymen are the ones who spin the economy. Do you know, it's not just financially alone. Do you know the clergyman, because every rich man is scared of three sets of people.
Okay.
Every big man in the world respects three people.
Scared or respect?
Let me put it four.
Okay.
But you just choose any word you want to choose.
One.
His doctor.
Oh, his doctor, okay.
Two, his spiritual leader.
Okay.
Whether it is a malam or pastor.
Three, his wife.
Three, his wife.
Four, his children.
No. Four, the informant. That from the days of the Roman Empire to the Greek Empire to now, all the kings and the courtiers of kings enjoy gossipers. One of the strongest two of rich men is gossipers.
Okay, they listen to gossip.
Oh, king, live forever. Sycophants. Every king, MD, CEO, father, mother, even in the family, there is a child that when you come back, you come and say, Daddy.
This is what he did, though.
If I want to know what's happening in my house, I know what to call. She will tell you. Every king, and those guys who do those things, one, they have a very cheap price, and they have funny enough, they have the ears of the king, and there's nothing you can do. They are in every clan and every society. They're everywhere. So the best, you can't fight them because they are wired like that. So what do? You make them their friend. Because they must preach about, they must talk about you, talk about one thing. So it's either you be in their good books. So if they want to talk, they should talk good about you. But you can't stop them from talking. And they have the ears of the king. They look wretched, some of them.
Very wretched.
Very wretched. They don't care. They don't care about ambition. They don't have ambition like you.
But the ambition is just to have the king's ear.
The
without
king,
a penny attached to it.
They will pick up the phone and call the governor. And the governor will pick. You can't call the governor of your state. And the governor will say, Umaru Yare. He said, Wallahi, when they are doing so and so about you. They don't joke with those people. Go around every billionaire, every rich man, and that is how they use the divide and rule system to scatter the community where they live. Because there's one informant, even in the village, everywhere. Even if, like I said, even in the family. Informants everywhere.
Even in workplaces.
Even in workplaces, everywhere. It's practiced everywhere. Except you as a leader or as an MD, you don't want to. Maybe you decide to discipline yourself not to do, but you will see it. They are so upright. They will be the one to obey the rules. They appear to be. They know how to. They study you. They are ahead of you. They know the way you think.
Okay, so let's come back to the clergymen.
So the clergymen
who spin the economy.
They spin the economy, of course, because the clergymen have so much power. Because every leader political or non-political, respect their spiritual head. Whether it is
so at what point did the clergymen misuse their powers? Because if I have the power to change the economy, to change government, to change leadership, why should I now use it negatively for my own good?
Because it's not easy to be bold in front of those men. You need enough boldness. You need enough boldness. And one of the things that makes you bold is that you are incorruptible. You don't take gratification from people and then you can't be bold. You can't be able to speak. In fact, I'm handling a case now where somebody was asking me, what's giving you this boldness? You're fighting the whole association. They've served you this court summon. You are not even budging. Your lawyer is just going to go. I said, you know why? Because I had the evidence that this money in question was stolen. That statement of account, how I got it, they don't know. It's in my house. So anytime I remember that I have that statement of account like this, go take me, as they're taking me to court, once I show the judge, he does say, again, I waiting made them carry me come here. Case closed. So, some people must fight even when they are wrong. Let you not look at it, they didn't give up without a fight. So the clergymen must find themselves in a situation whereby they should not be corrupted. We had 500 billion that are being marked or brought out to share to clergymen. And one of the imams came out in the north and said, I will not take. And you can see the authority.
So he's already distancing himself. So he has authority. So gratification.
Yes.
So move away from gratification.
Yes, move away from it.
Even when it comes with no strings.
You see the big man coming to church, the usher will direct him straight to the front of the church. You're already making him feel cool. Let him sit down. He came late. Let him sit at the back. Let him sit at the back. We should start preaching. You see in churches, car park. Car park. Oh. Yes. You will come to church early. They will say, no, madam, no park for here. Go park under one bush where one Ebola will come and lose your tire.
Now there you go park.
And they'll create a space. So that class consciousness in church, it starts from there. So when the other man who doesn't have money sees that, he wants to have money too. So that they can give him
So the competition begins.
Yes. The messages you preach, you promote so much of prosperity. You make people feel that, if you don't have money and you are not respected, you see a big man that wants to give testimony, they'll give him 20 minutes to talk.
Then you don't want to give testimony.
The poor man that is giving testimony, once it's 2 minutes, say, so what did God do for you? Round up.
Let us end it there. Don't go and waste our time.
And the big man is taking his time, telling how he went to US.
How he treated himself.
And by the grace of God, God just blessed me with glory. Everybody shouting. You are gratifying, you are encouraging him to go and steal more. And then the next.
But couldn't it also be that for religious leader, when they stopped preaching about salvation and they started preaching about wealth and affluence and all of that, that's where this whole thing crumbled. Yes, because I don't know both sides. I don't know who has been preaching salvation. Nobody talks about...
There's nothing wrong with preaching about wealth, but balance it.
No, I think there's everything wrong with it because I
was going to say that.
Everything is wrong because nobody talks about there's nothing wrong.
I said there's something wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Because nobody tells you, nobody has come back from the hereafter to say, this is what I met. The unknown. So for all of us just believe, most of us, sorry to put that way, so most of us believe when we die, that's the end. They don't know that there's a journey that continues, an endless journey of thousands of years. Somebody once told us, he said, yeah, the highest you can live on this earth is maybe 110 or 120 or max my 100.
No, we have forgotten that side.
So I forgot. But the journey you will go, you don't know when this world will end. So is it going to end in 10,000 years? Is it going to end in 1,000,000 years? So you are going to be there in the grave for those number of years without even knowing the kind of journey that you have embarked upon. So when religious leaders who know more than us, they study the holy books more than us, some of them, not many of them, and they know that there's a journey after death. So why would they start preaching about salvation and forget about the worldly things of this earth? Who would say, yes, you can, it's good to make money the right way, but don't forget, you have a journey that you will embark on.
As I've told you, that I've answered you now, it's traceable to the tangibles and intangibles.
Because people
salvation is
see.
what? Salvation is what?
Intangible.
It's intangible. You can only feel it. You can grab it.
Yeah.
But the wealth is tangible. So the black man, let's trace it back to the origin. The black man, take it or leave it, appreciates tangible. It's our DNA. So that is what transcends into all this appreciating of failed leaders and the rest of them. Because
as we wrap up on this topic, okay.
Yes, like most of these religious leaders, for me, I feel they got it wrong when they started preaching prosperity and all that. Because when you look at it, when they were underwent training, they were not taught to come out and start preaching prosperity. It was a salvation. And again, when we trace back to the time of the early missionaries that came to remind us, not that they brought us the religion, they didn't come that way. Some of them came with maybe just 2 pairs of dresses or 1 pair of shoes. That was all. And they were able to pass on the message to keep up.
But anointing without money is annoyance. Now, have they not told you that anointing without money is annoyance?
No, allow me to learn.
Anointing without
I'm just helping you. You continue, but anointing without money is annoyance.
No, I know.
Well, who said that?
Let you finish.
You need the money, but you don't need so much of what they acquire for themselves now. The religious leaders.
God can make available food for you. After all, the most stingy bird in the world, called the Reverend, gave meat to a prophet in the Bible.
God can even send a Samaritan.
That's the most stingy bird in the world.
The most stingy bird in the world.
Yes, the Reverend.
It brought meat
And gave to a prophet to eat. So that's to say that God can use anything. Most stingy bird. You understand?
Gentlemen, as we wrap up, you on this topic, before we go to another topic that is also related to failure of leadership. You said that if the president today comes up with a statement and say, fellow Nigerians, this corruption has to stop, this primitive accumulation of wealth, because I call it primitive. Because it's primitive. If I have 20 cars or 10 cars, I'm only going to drive one.
Big house, you sleep in 1 bedroom.
I sleep in 1 bedroom.
Even on the bed, you sleep in 1 corner.
Side. That's if I'm not the moving type, but it's that same corner. And it will come to some time where even your staircase, you can't be able to climb it. Because some people at the age of 60, their legs are already weak. They can't even find it to climb a staircase, just 1 floor. So you end up in the parlor. Or if God blesses you, you have a room somewhere downstairs. So you begin, even your house, it will begin to be less attractive.
You confine yourself.
You confine yourself. And somebody told me, he said, at age 70, 80, the only thing that will be important to you in your room is your robe. This Rob, the one
Mentalator.
That's is that these are the only 2 things that will be the robe and maybe Vaseline and maybe a bottle of Aboniki. Thank you. That's the only thing that will be important to you is your Aboniki and maybe a Vaseline somewhere and maybe a bottle of water because you need to drink water.
You're looking at calendar.
You're looking at calendar. So these are the only things that will be important to you. So the billions in your bank account will not even matter, you know, to you.
The 8-bedroom duplex.
The 8-bedroom duplex. And then even your taste begin to fade. You know, you begin to lose sense of taste because the food that you once liked will no longer be tasteful.
You stop eating some things without Maggi.
Without Maggi. Doctor will say, no, no salt, no pepper. Somebody told me, he said, if Maggi and salt will kill me, it's better they kill me than... Like my mother will say, he said, I grew up with sugar. I grew up with milk. I grew up with meat. So if at this point, you people are telling me that it will kill me, so let it kill me. So let me now know that I died happily eating what I love than die without eating what I don't.
But she's making sense somehow.
But if the president comes up today and say, look, gentlemen, all of this will have to stop. We have to go to a system where we get what we need, not what we want. You know, there are 2 statements. What you need is different from what you want. Can't Nigerians today, with the kind of longer truth, including myself, that we have for big things, can we go back to that kind of life where we are only giving what we need?
We can. Of course, a great American president came out and said, don't think of what America can do for you. Think of what you can do
for America.
And that is it today.
Change the narration.
That's why I said leadership statement.
Matters.
And it starts with you. Mahatma Gandhi said that a shop does not belong to you. It belongs to the customers. It doesn't belong to you, the owner. It belongs to the customers.
Because if they don't come, what will the shop be for? And that's why they say customers are always right.
So he said, yes. He said, you Indians wear what you produce. And that's how Indians started wearing gowns.
With rope.
All kinds of things. You'll never see an Indian man do dress with suit and tie.
Yes. Except maybe few who are in the corporate.
There was one governor that did something I like someone, Rocha Sokorocha. He went to needed the service of some Chinese people. And the Chinese was like, he was trying to tell him that, okay, you should try and he went to an interpreter, an Igbo interpreter that understands China. And the Chinese man said, no, they want to write something in China. I said, no, write it in Igbo. Must I write it in your language? Must I write it in your language? So we must also learn, leaders will learn to promote certain things by speaking. What you speak, leaders, because fortunately for us, we follow leaders a lot. Whether it is spiritual leader, political leader, we follow. Check any school that is doing well. Go and check the principal. Starts from the principal. And even homes. When you see your children everywhere, organization. You know, one of the things, sorry to say this, I was telling somebody that one of the things that got me angry and maybe not to work for a while. I went for a meeting and I know this person very well. And the person was asking the workers, what do you think can be done to make this place work? And I rose up. I rose up and I told him, man, you need to start from you first. They say when the fish wants to get rotten, it starts from the head. You know, and that means leadership is a big problem everywhere. And that's why I say one of the ways we can do things right is being deliberate. See, the moment you learn to be deliberate, forget it. You make a fantastic leader anywhere. Deliberately talk to yourself. Our presidents are not deliberate. They are not. Just imagine President Bola Tinubu coming out now and said, you know what? Do you know even dress code? Yes. As much as dress code can send message, let President Bola Tinubu just come out with a t-shirt. Just one short t-shirt. You see him well, I said, from today, this is how I'm going to be appearing. You see people naturally. This is where we see it in other countries now. Even in churches, pastors barb hair like their geo and talk like their geo. Have you not seen it? Yes, embassy. Yeah. So we see it. Man. We see it. People dress like their imam. They recoil their hair. People even follow their imam. They want to keep beards like him. Yes. Some will even paint some side. So you can see that a leader has so many ways to communicate to the people. Just put the president put a t-shirt and canvas and say, look, every minister, I don't want to see any flamboyant anything. Well, if you one car, and the president is going with one convoy and one police, and we're seeing practical moves. In 1 month, transformation will just take place like wildfire. So leadership statements and action. It's very important. That is the best way we can fix this country. All right.
And again, the leadership by example. But before then, if a leader, if you know you are into leadership position or you're aspiring to be, it's better you have it at the back of your mind that you are going there to be a servant.
That's our problem.
We have seen somebody who said servant leader, and he ended up swindling the whole state. I don't want to mention him. Servant leader.
One of the states at the middle belt.
There is nothing like middle belt. It is not central. As far as multiple zones. So there is no middle belt. Let us not promote what is not there. There is no any middle belt. And even the middle belt is even the creation of a northern politician in the 60s. And then the people in the middle belt challenged him and said, why are you calling us? Why are you removing the meat from the bone? And the bone is the nut. So why are you removing the meat, and you are calling it
identity crisis? And
that is why, till today, those people blamed it. They said, why do you have to give us a phrase that is not our own? We are northerners. So why are you not telling us to cold zone? So if anybody is measuring middle belt, it is his own problem. Because as far as the Nigerian Constitution is concerned, there's no any middle belt.
I will use the point to appeal to you. One of these days, we need to talk about identity crisis.
Yes, we will.
Identity crisis is one of the biggest things that has shattered us to where we are today.
Okay. But he also mentioned it. The pastor also mentioned it. When you protect people because of their ethnicity, not the status. He was talking
ethnicity.
About, yes, he was talking about ethnicity, he was talking about tribe, and that is where we began to have all this failure and celebration, because a thief is a
that thief. Leads to identity crisis.
A thief won't be a thief if he's from my place. He's a better person. He's a man that helps all the community. He's only going to be a thief when he's from your own side of the divide.
That means we don't have a problem electing the bad leaders. Yes, what we have a problem is when the bad leader is not from your place.
Not from your place. And we'll take a short break and we'll go straight to the second video and continue the discussion of bad leadership. So today is failure, bad leadership. When we come back after the break, stay with us.
We're celebrating it.
back. The program is still The Voices, and we're right here discussing the art of mastering failure, the art of celebrating failure. But failure has taken us to where we are when we come back from the video. All right, welcome back. We just saw the video where, but you know, it is normal. It is common during campaign, period, during campaign times where people begin to take their anger on their elected leaders, forgetting that they were the ones that elected them. Sometimes the anger is not even justified. Just because you don't like my face does not mean I didn't perform. Doesn't it? That because you don't like my face doesn't mean that I did not perform. It simply means...
Those are extremists.
Yes. It just simply means that you needed to change me or you needed somebody else. But in that video, what they were saying is that you go, we have hardship. But let us even ask a sincere question today. Are we really hungered? Or do we really have crisis of hunger in this country?
Nadia, you can see from the plate of food I ate this morning. I don't know why you're asking this question. Did you see what I ate this morning?
What did you eat this morning?
I can count the beans in that place.
How am I supposed to know what you ate?
Nadia, don't worry. When I finish, I'll show you the empty plate.
So how many beans inside the rice?
Show you the empty plate.
So how many beans inside the rice?
It's like 16.
16 beans.
And what about the size of meat?
What meat?
But isn't that the price that you paid?
Huh?
Maybe if you have paid higher, you get more food.
Aja, have you seen this video trending where somebody gave someone a particular boy? He didn't talk. He just called his boy from the company and gave him 1,000 naira, 30 liters gallon, saying, go and buy me fuel and 700 naira, and then buy me food 250, and then use 15 naira for change and for transportation. And after a while, I called the same boy and said, I brought 1 gallon. And as he was saying, it was putting the faces of different presidents. The one that he gave the 2 gallon was the regime of Yaradua.
Okay, so he's doing some kind of comparison.
Yes, trying to make you understand that, okay, this is where we have gotten to. Do you understand me? So, Ajay, when if you ask, there's hunger. And when he got to the turn of the current president, he brought a bottle water, empty bottle water, and gave saying, withdraw 39,000.
So buy the bottle water?
Buy fuel 35,000 naira. Do you understand me? So that is where we have actually gotten to. And that message was so clear that we are going down and down and down like that. Now back to what we're talking about, the issue you just brought about, how we, find ourselves in a situation like this. Okay,
just go ahead.
Okay, you understand that some of these things are artificial. Hunger, there's hunger in the land, and it's artificial. And
you said the hunger is artificial?
Yes.
Why is it artificial?
Artificial in the sense that, and let me go to the factors that made it artificial.
Okay.
Artificial is that, for number one, if we try to compare Nigeria with other countries in terms of what is going on, current realities today, our one is becoming as if there's no solution in sight. Artificial in the sense that we have too much money. We are in the river, but we are washing our hands with saliva. You are in front of a big river, and we are washing our hands with saliva. Your hand with saliva. We have, every state is blessed with rich mineral resources. We have oil. We have, just name it. And it's not translated into our daily lives and livelihood. So that's why it's a big issue here. And
who is to be blamed? If you are now destroying billboard, destroying, posters, insulting the president or the governor or whoever, as we've seen in the video. This is not the first state that, billboard of the president and the governor has been destroyed across, even the northern states. It is the same wave of destruction is going on. But who is to be blamed for that? Because most times I remember during campaigns, when we see campaigns in very civilized countries, you see people sitting there asking relevant questions. What are you going to do for the economy? What are you going to do for education? What are you going to do for, foreign policy? What are you going to do for this? What are you going to do? And the person is giving you the tangibles that you talked about. Is giving it to you. I'm doing A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're questioning what are the steps, the process that it will take, and the time frame. But in our own campaign, it is uniform crowd. Hey,
I'll put AC on the street.
I'll put AC on the street. You didn't ask him how he will do that.
I will even AC work on the street.
I'll fix all your schools. How are you going to do that? Where are you going to start from? I'm going to make dollar to 1 naira. You didn't ask him. I'm going to bring fuel back to, because the campaign.
Why said in 2026, Nigeria will start borrowing money to other countries.
2026, we're borrowing more money, in fact. Why am I borrowing more money? We're not asking the right question. So we go to campaign. The president will just come after all the MC. The MC will use all the hours to, the psycho fancy, praise this, praise that.
Prepare the atmosphere. Prepare
the atmosphere. The atmosphere is shouting, they are dancing. Most times the president doesn't talk more than 10 minutes.
And it's gone.
And it's gone. Nobody questions. And then you have sea of people, millions in the sun. Some selling pure water, using that venue to also, and then he leaves.
That's the particular theory now.
And then he leaves. And then election day comes. And some things happen behind the scene. And he becomes a president. So are you going to hold him responsible when there is no document? There is no document that is binding you and him. Because he didn't give you any document. He didn't sign any document.
I will give you power in 4 years. If I don't give you,
vote me out. There is no document that you use to take him to court now. He just said it verbally.
You only have video.
Yeah, but video court does not need video. It's
the documentation.
It's the signature that he signed. I don't know. I don't want to be a judge.
But in this now, for me, I feel we should blame ourselves. We as Nigerians, we should blame ourselves. Because when such a thing happens, we should be able to come to a round table, just as you said in other places. People sit, they say, they ask questions. They are bold to ask questions. But now, in case, from what I have seen so far, is that we believe in talking back. Even if you shout, you can shout at maybe for 1 hour, 20 minutes or so. And nothing is being put down in pen and paper.
Well, who will put it for you?
You should put it.
Are you not hearing that your campaigns, have you seen any president going to campaign with pen and paper? So go and tell, okay, Kano people, what are you going? Because we don't even have town hall meetings.
Because no, what I'm saying is because, before I mentioned being a leader by example. If you're a leader by example, you should be able to sit at round table with people and put down what they are telling us, what they are telling you, what are you listening to them, what message are they passing to you? Put it down.
Shouldn't we begin to look at a system of government that suits our own peculiarity? If you go to China, the president is being elected by the People's Congress. And the People's Congress encompasses professionals in different fields. It is not a nobody. Somebody said democracy throws all sorts of things. And that is why...
Creates windows for so many leakages.
So all sorts of people. You just throw every sort of the good, the bad, the ugly. So if you end up with the bad, good for you. If you end up with the good, good for you. If you end up with the ugly, bad for you. So when democracy throws everything, some people decided to say, okay, we're going to change it. We're going to modernize it to suit us. So, and that is why a country like China, the People's Congress, where they elect their leader every year, they have professionals in different fields. So when those professionals comes and everybody is seated in a hall, it doesn't matter whether they are 1 million. They begin to converse. The conversation is purely on professional level, on skills, on ability to deliver. And they can talk sense, and you too can talk sense. And then they begin to weigh your sense and see if you are the right person. Not this kind. Shouldn't we begin to look at how we are going to also modernize our own democracy? Not this one that will just come and shout, hey, somebody came with the frame. The president said, Emilio, it is my turn. He didn't promise you anything. He didn't promise us anything. He just said, it is my turn.
And afterwards, told
Confidently.
And afterwards, told you to go to court.
And after you go to court. And then he came on, the day he was assuming office, on inauguration day. He didn't put the subsidy in his speech. That it was nowhere in the speech. He just said it off. Subsidy is gone. And that's what changed our lives to where we are today. Shouldn't we begin to look at the peculiarities that suit us as a people? This all-comers affair. Today, quality of leadership has gone from maybe 60 to almost 10. The kind of, at all levels. At all levels. Have you seen where your representative from your own community cannot even speak English, yet he's in the House of Representatives?
Somebody that is commissioning for wire, giving wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow.
To do what?
As empowerment for youth.
That one is even good. Somebody in Okogi State, you know this bicycle tire that children used to play with. That's why he gave his constituency. So the adults there were using it to play. Say, look at what they gave us as our constituency.
In my own local government, the chairman, he went giving, buying, what do you call it, liters of palm wine for the youth.
That's his constituency project, so you can imagine.
You know, your people like drink, so it's sensitive to the needs of everybody. At that time, you know, people like to drink. You know, you want to tell them where you come from? Kaduna State?
I don't want
Southern Kaduna?
Please don't mention.
But let me be very,
He's been sensitive.
He's sensitive
to their plight.
Yeah, to their immediate needs.
That wasn't their immediate needs.
Why? You drink and you are cool and you are high. Some people, you must understand that some people, in fact, there was this research that was carried out in Jos when the killings was high, so high. And somebody called and said, look, the reason why these guys succeed in killing people is by 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening, an average man in your community is already drunk. So when these guys come, you can't even defend yourself. So but let's leave that issue now. Coming to what she was talking about. You see, this leadership thing we're talking about, we used to be blamed. Is it the leaders or the followers? You must understand that both of us should be blamed because the leader is the product of the society that you belong to. We graduate, if we're not getting it right at the family level. That's why I mentioned the family politics, family. If you don't get it right at the family level, it transcends and grows into this larger society. That's just the truth. It is your mother that will tell you, don't go and eat from here. This tribalism we are talking about, who started it? You go to the village, your mother will say, don't go. That family, don't go and eat there. Their family and your family will don't greet. Sowing the seed of hatred in the minds of children. You see today, a child will, you know, like I used to teach my children, when a child comes to visit you, let him go and visit back. So people strike a balance. So we need to start teaching our children certain things.
But what I'm talking about, system of governance that will work for us.
Okay,
this all-comers affair is not working for us. Democracy is throwing every field at us.
This system of government that is working, that we're using now, is borrowed. It is not suitable for Africa. We should go back to the way we do it in our villages those days. That's why you say, I still prefer it where we don't even use Bible to swear in somebody. Let's put some kind of what do I call it? Deity. You say, because in India, it interests you to know that it was a Nigerian professor that stopped Indians from hanging around the bus. You know, Indians have this attitude we have in Lagos,
where people hang mulwes.
Indian is worst. It was a Nigerian professor that stopped it.
How? How did he do it?
He came and told them, you know, in Indians have over 33 million gods. Every family has its own deity that they worship. So an Indian man, when you put a doll on this table and sprinkle 1 or 2 flowers, and he will not sit down here. He will come, bow and go. You respect everybody, respect each other's
gods.
So the man said, okay, you know what? Get dolls.
And put it on the bus.
And the buses. Nobody will hang there. And that was how he stopped.
A Nigerian professor.
A Nigerian professor.
Fantastic idea.
Because the Indian man, they put the doors there and just make it look like a small altar. Or just by this outside the bus. Maybe 2, 1 here. Nobody will hang. And that is how he stopped. So you see, that's how brilliant we can be. So just 1 or 2 things thinking.
Should we be start having those kind of conversation? I know this is an election year. Should we begin to have those kind of conversation at a professional level among people and say, look, we need to do something different. This quality, this type of leader, this type of system is not working for us. It is only throwing the very bad of us, because the good people, there are a lot of fantastic people with good ideas, but nobody is giving them the opportunity. The system won't even give them the opportunity, because some will say, I don't want to get into this toggery kind of thing. I don't want to be insulted. I don't want to be thrown mud at. I don't want to be spoken to in some kind of languages that I will not even comprehend.
The reason why,
and so he will withdraw away
the reason
and
why,
leave the toggery
I
and
don't
all
even want
that.
to waste your time. The reason why we are there is that we have not, in this country, we have not forgiven ourselves.
What has forgiveness got to do with the kind
Of course, now a lot of people, there are people that will never vote a Yoruba man or vote an Igbo man or vote an Hausa man because of what his forefather told him. So we need to first of all forgive ourselves and realize that we are one. Nigeria is here to be a country, one. We are just one Nigeria on paper. We are not one Nigeria in real sense. I'm telling you the truth. And one of the ways we can do this, like I told you, just ordinary appointments. If somebody comes and appoints everybody in one sector from one part of the nation, what are you telling? There is a village meeting now.
And it tells you to go ahead, to go to hell if you don't.
You have CBN governor, Minister of Finance, state and federal, this, that. So, you see, but our body language must change. You cannot say one Nigeria and it is not reflected.
It also boils down to the same system. It's because the system encourages it. If you have a system that will say, look, you can't go beyond this. This is where your power starts and ends. You cannot appoint everybody from your community or from your tribe. You can't do that.
That was why I told you, Ajay, I said it starts from strong statements from a leader.
No, let's even forget the leadership. Let's talk about the followers. Because the followers are the ones who will vote you at the end of the day. No matter how good or bad you are. It's the same followers. It's the same system that will pick you and throw you and put you there.
And then when they put you there, for example, and you now come out, for example, and then decide.
You know, somebody did that example, late Yaradua. He came out and said, he's the first president that came out and said,
my
the
election was mad.
That brought me here was mad. And that was why people like Oshomole got their mandates back. And that's why many others got their mandates back because of that simple.
Now you are going back to what I said.
And the judiciary worked. And that period that he was healthy, things worked the way they worked, even though some of us started criticizing, oh, he was slow, he's this, that. But even the 2008 global economic shock didn't even affect us because we had a strong, base, economic base.
You are still going back to what I told you.
But I'm saying that it will take years to get somebody like that.
He was a product of the system, but somehow when he got there, he realized that though, yes, I am a product of the system, but I will not do what the system wants. So it still boils down to the willpower of a leader, realizing that, look, Yaradua came out and that is just one statement. I'm telling you the truth. So God should give us a leader that will just come out and then just.
You see, this kind of the statement is the one I don't like. God should give us.
God should give us.
What did we do? Remove God from it. What did we as a people do to God that God would give? God only gave us. God only gave us. God only gave us the leaders that we deserve. He gave us what we deserve. He says, since you people, this is the way you are, take. That just like people will say, if you are a mother, God will give you the children that you deserve. If you are a father, the same thing. Because when you are rude or stubborn or whatever you are to your parents, it will just automatically to you. So
when you grow finish, you wait for the next person's turn.
You wait for the next person. So God will only give us what we deserve. He will not give us what will change us. So let us remove God when it comes to leadership and work for what will be for our own.
We are more of a praying nation than an acting nation. So it's true. Let's work for it. And how do we work for it? Now we should come.
Have we, sorry to jump in here, have we also looked at our prayer points individually? What exactly do we even pray for? Individually. Have we ever one day prayed for the country, that this country
is hard?
We pray for our needs, but with the mindset, the ways most of us are now.
We are divided everywhere.
I'm telling you, even with the prayers, you don't.
But I still maintain, like what you said, I still maintain. See, if we get a leader that will just wake up one morning, like Yaradua, and make statements, including this you are talking about. Do you know this division in the country? What I like about Nigeria is divided. There is tribal division and everywhere.
Yes.
One leader just comes out and said, do you know what? The whole thing like tribe, start with this federal character, jettison it, start with this and The constitution itself is our problem. Brand new, not this patch was a brand new one. Strike a balance. You, okay, what's your problem? You do this. Balance the whole country, set good policies and good statements, living by example. I am telling you the truth. Nobody will go and break your billboard. Nobody will tear your billboard. In fact, if anybody is tearing your billboard, people will attack him.
And that brings me to the question, bringing down of billboard, does it change the situation on ground? Or does it send a message that...
It sends a message.
That you will not get our vote?
It sends a strong message.
That you won't get our vote? If
you have conscience and you see it, it sends a strong message.
Okay.
It does. Even though you try, no matter how you try to ignore it, probably you think you have the INEC or you have military, you have the police. When somebody is telling your billboard that carries a picture, as a human being, it will send you a message.
And again, one thing we didn't even say is removing of the immunity clause, even from the president. And this recall. I think we should even start from the National Assembly, where if you are not performing, we just recall you. But again, somebody said it will be abused. Because if I don't go and give stomach infrastructure like she giving palm wine to her people who need the palm wine more, then they will just wake up one morning and recall me for not giving palm wine. So even at the recall level, we will need to see how to balance it and make it effective. But gentlemen, we have to wrap up on this topic. Today, 14th of April, reminds us of the day 265 or 67 of our girls were abducted somewhere in Chibok in Borno State, just a few kilometers from my local government. And it has been 12 years down the line. Tomorrow, we're going to be discussing abduction of school children, girls. After Chibok, a lot of girls were abducted.
And some of them have not been released.
Some of them have not been released. Even the Chibok girls, some of them have not been released. Some have been, but some have hit their fortune. They've been out of this country, in the US and in other countries, doing very well. Some came home with babies. We don't even know what happens to them. But I think that as a station, we need to visit those ones who have babies, who were rescued with 1 or 2 kids. Let us even go and do a documentary and look at their lives. Released with 2 children. Where are they now? Are
children of terrorists.
Of terrorists. And, you know, so, but the abduction is still on, both of adults and children, girls and boys. That abduction has not stopped. But we'll look at it tomorrow. But we say this is a stark reminder that they are still in our hearts. So, gentlemen,
14th of April.
I want to thank you very much for being part of the show. It's been a wonderful, conversation. We can only get what we deserve. So let's pray let's walk.
Let's appreciate.
Let's walk to be a better people. It is one